Good morning. I'm very happy to see you here, and I would like to greet you with a good week for everyone. Today, our topic is a free will. The question that we shall ask today, is there a free will at all? When a baby is born to a certain family in a certain place, let's say in France, this baby will learn to speak French, and he will get the first, let's say, conditions from his family, his education, and so on. The fact that he is being born already to those parents, he is carrying certain genes that will condition his behavior in space and time. The question is, again, do we have a free will? What do you think? Do we have really a free will? What is the impression that we get when we read the Bible? Is there a free will? Is there a free will in duality? Yes, it is appearing like if we have a free will. But in our conversation, we shall see that we don't have much free will because we are programmed in a certain way for a certain destination that we did not choose. We did not choose to come to this life. None of us, those who are attending this session and those who will listen to this session later, none of us decided to come here. Yes, we were brought here because each and every one of us has a destination. Yes, if we had all the data from the beginning of time, we could see an infinitely complex web of causes and effects. Yes, to create one child that is being born now, we have to go back in time and to make sure that his parents and his grandparents and his grandparents should have met somewhere to create this unique child or baby that is being born now. Good morning, Pixidis. Since we don't have that data, it is easy to believe that whatever we do is somewhat free. No. I mean, yes, we tend to believe that we have a free will because the whole program or the whole plan is not open to us to know. So we believe that every moment we have a free will. We feel that we have a free will. Since we don't know what's going to happen and we don't know what is our destination, nor our destination as individuals and not the destination of humanity, where humanity is going. This is it. So the question remains, did you experience? Try to focus inside of yourself and try to fish a moment that you had to make a decision. Not to make a decision, it's also in English, it's to make. We don't make decisions, but decisions are coming at us. That you felt that you don't have really a free choice or a free will, but to act according to your heart. Can you remember? Can you remember such, let's say, a junction in your life? There is a saying in Stoicism that we're like a dog that is being pulled by a cart. We can either go along with the cart willingly or whine and complain, but the cart is going where it is going anyway. This is correct. This is correct. Did you feel that your life are moving or, let's say, streaming through a destination? Did you have once a sense, a feeling that came to you that your life, private life, are streaming towards a destination? Did you have this sense once or more in your life? Have you been exposed to this sense that your life has a destination? Yes. Thank you, Fernando. Yes. 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 This is interesting. This is it. How did it came to you? How does this sense came to you? Is it certain event, or you always feel this is coming or calling or being there for you? Do you hear a call? Do you present when there's a calling? Do you receive the ball when the ball is thrown at you? I think more that it is a change of mindset. Yes. Yes. Did you feel in your life once or more that your life is taking a different course or a different direction only by being open to certain ideas or listening to certain ideas? And then you feel calm and you feel that your life are streaming or being at the moment as they should, with no anxiety, worry, or fear. Yes, yes, Fernanda. First, I used to think that the will was the only master. Now I tend to think that it is to be open. And Zeno says many times in life we do not like what is happening and have complaints, but then in hindsight, in hindsight, a few years later, it is clear that it had to happen like that. Yes, it happens. It happens when we look back. At the moment, there's a fog and we don't understand what is happening. Sometimes we're crossing like stormy times and we don't understand why life do not stream as anyone else in this situation, so to speak. But years later, or even few months later, it is clear. Weinreb once said that this is why Moses was looking only at the back of God. Yes, 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 because Moses asked to see, yes, to inner, and God says no. God says, you will only see my back. You're not allowed to see my inner or my whole plan, basically. You just see what is the back of God this moment when it's not clear. The face of God or the inner of God is the whole plan. So as long as we are here, three-dimensional creatures in time and space, we do not have the capability or the capacity to see the whole plan. We just are incapable. We have to admit that we are incapable of seeing the whole plan. It's not presented to us, only part of it, the backside. It's like sometimes we can't see the jets in the sky. We can only see the traces. Yes, they leave behind. That's correct. That's correct. Also with the eagle, it's the same thing. Yes, we see like a black dot in the sky. We don't know where is it coming from. Yes, Deco, it makes me think about 127 provinces versus the whole kingdom. 254. Yes, yes. The 127 is only half of the kingdom. Yes, because we can see only half the revealed. We don't have the ability to see the whole kingdom. Yes, because the whole kingdom includes the hidden plan of God. Yes, the hidden plan of God. We are not capable of seeing it. That's the fact. Yes. That's the fact that we don't know what will happen to us the next moment, tomorrow, the next week, the next month, makes you unrest, cause you anxiety. This is just a question that comes at the moment. Does the fact that at the moment we don't know what will happen the next month, the next, let's say, season, does it make you unrest? Does it cause you anxiety, fear, or doubt? Not knowing what will happen the next moment. Or you don't think of the next moment. The unknown can be a great threat or a great opportunity, depends on the mindset. That's correct. That's correct. If we open to notice the next moment which is coming, some people do not notice the next moment. They live according to the assumption that every day is the same day, and every day they're doing the same things in the same time frame. So every day is like the previous day, and nothing is happening and nothing will happen. And they get bored and depressed, and they take pills and they go to consult, yes, and they go and see friends, try to break this monotonous feeling. This is true. This is true. If, yes, yes, I'm reading. Sometimes we build fortresses, 5 years plans against the unknown. But I wonder if it works. Stuff always gets through. That's correct. Once I was in a job interview, and one of the questions that was lying there in this interview, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And I started laughing, because who knows if we shall live the next moment. So how can we know, yes, or think what will happen in the next 5 years? This is such a weird question. I saw this also in the movies as well. They ask people, how do you see yourself? To show confidence that I'm a self-made man. I already made decision how I want to see myself in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years, and then basically it means we're dead. Why to live for the next moment? Because we already know where we shall find ourselves, yes, in those positions. Yes, yes, escaping from inescapable. Yes, yes. It is interesting. Did it happen to you that you were just sitting or doing nothing and not being bothered by the fact that you're just sitting, looking at a plant, looking at an ant, if you noticed, a bumblebee, a bee, a butterfly, where your mind, or was your mind beating you at the same moment that you're not doing or occupying yourselves with things that you should do? Were this, let's say, brain, the mechanical brain, yes, was bothering you? So how dare you look at a bee and a flower while you can do other infinite mechanical things? Because our brain is a machine, yes, our brain is a calculating machine. Almost we don't have control about what will happen there. It's like, again, the moon, the relation between the moon and the earth. This is a mechanical happening. And we don't need to get excited about this mechanical activity, because this mechanical activity, which I called in this way for this conversation, Kain, brain, will always try to tell us that we can do other mechanical stuff and not just being in the moment. So if it happens to you that, like those thoughts, I should, I could, I must, I have, there is no other choice but that, yes, you could recognize who is speaking behind. Yes, this is the kind speech or the mechanical speech. This is a mechanical happening. It happens to everyone. This beating down our throat, our nape or pharaoh, yes, will always try to move us from the center. What is the center? The center is being and peace. It always grabs us to the side. Yes, this is why Noah in the ark had to put or locate all those three elements in the mind, in the heart, and in the nefesh on a leash. Yes, that the brain called Ham will not get sidetracked. Yes. Yes, Fernando says it happens all the time. Zeno says the best part is when the kind brain takes over spirituality and becomes a spiritual seeker. This is the best. This is the most disturbed entity. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. Yes, kind will always take over. Yes, will always take over and will always kill the moment of Abel. This is how it is printed in the plan. This is why we read about the first assassination, that how the brains, which has database all the time, Kaniti ish et Hashem, I bought a man, I bought something from being, and the something is this data, I know. And this something is always kill the nothing, which is in the heart. In the heart is just spirit, and the brain activity always try to kill spirit in the heart. Always. Just always kill the moment with full brain activity. Especially if people have this talent to have certain kind of intellect that they did not choose again. People did not choose to have this ability to go for the intellect. It was given to them. And this is what will happen. All is hevel under the sun. Yes. The atrocities committed in the name of God are endless. Yes. Yes. And the greatest of all is the spiritual seeker. The greatest kind of all is the spiritual seeker. Yes. We think that Cain is a person that can come only with an axe or some kind of a tool and will kill Abel, his twin. But we don't think we don't think or we don't take Cain as power, who is installed constantly in our brain. Yes, as a thinker, as an entity that takes data and calculate. And the hardest of all is when this kind, the brain, claims to be a spiritual seeker. This is the worst kind I have ever seen. Trust me. Happens when we let this kind, brain mechanical thinking rest. What do we gain of not taking into consideration his side notes or his comments? Peace, basically. Peace. Because we can just be. But not for a long time because he will bother. This is what the plan says. Fighting it only makes it stronger. Yes. Yes, fighting it is only makes it stronger. Any questions that you would like to ask? Sometimes you need to laugh at it. Yes. Just to laugh at it is the best thing that we can do. Yes, that's correct. I would like to relate to this question that Deco asked about Ratzon, as an interesting, this is another candy to the brain, like Andre call it. Ratzon will has the value of 346. Ratzon is 346, like his name, Shmu. But also, and here's the kick, also illusion in Hebrew, Ashlaya. Ashlaya, illusion, is 346. So, if we are his will in time and space, this will is being born, leaves from A to B, and disappears. And this illusion, called this body and mind under this name, disappears as well. The greatest comedy on earth, or the greatest tragedy playing in a theater near to you. Yes? Yes. That's correct. That's correct. So, we are his will, because without his will, none of us would be here. But his will in time and space is only illusion. This is something that most of us find hard to accept. Yes. I move through to a deep channel at the moment. It seems we have just to be a good fisherman. To fish his will. We don't have control over our breath or over our heartbeats. Why would we have a control over big things in our life? That's great. This is a great question. Why do we have control, if ever? How can we control anything? This is such a weird thought to control. Yes? This is so, really. How can it be? We don't know if we shall be here the next moment. Just this noon, there was another siren, right or wrong. It doesn't matter, false or not, but nobody knows what will happen in the next moment. But this is the speech of Eve, and Eve represents time, and in time we are still lured to think that we have bought something, that we have an asset in our hand, that we even have anything. Imagine that, what a sense of false notion that we have something. We have nothing. A baby comes to life with closed feet, with his palms closed. Person moves from life, his hands open. Between A to B, we have nothing. You should make something from yourself in this life. What a joke. What a joke. Oh, yes, self-made man is also a great joke. Yes? Yes. We have nothing. We are born with nothing. Yes? And this is how we go back to the land. I mean, to the space which is waiting somewhere. And we are dissolving like dry leaves from the tree. Yes? Nothing There's a beautiful saying in Pirkei Avot. Pirkei Avot, the chapters of the fathers. Yes? Yes, I'm listening. Yes. Sand running through fingers. Yes. Fernando is asking, would it be possible to connect nothingness with wisdom? Interesting question. No, wisdom, this is yesh. Wisdom, chokhmah, in Hebrew is associated with something, with yesh. Something, yesh. And nothingness is keter, chokhmah is yesh. This is like opposite. And Deco says, I would quote Dylan, when you have got nothing, you got nothing to lose. When you got nothing, you can say it better. When you got nothing, you have everything, because nothing holds everything. Yes, nothing holds everything. If you want to hold something, it is good to feel nothing, because specifically nothing is the only thing that holds everything. This is very simple. I would like just to, yes, Deco, what was the about Pirkei Avot? Pirkei Avot is a chapter that usually people write every day, the chapters of the Father, like sentences of wisdom, like Stoicism to the beginner. Da me'ayin ata ba? Know, where are you coming from? Where we are coming from a stinky drop. What is the stinky drop? Is the drop of the sperm. So, da minayin ata ba? Know where you coming from a stinky drop. And where you heading to the place where worms and insects are staying, meaning to the grave. And in your life spans on earth, you are nothing. Please remember this triangle. Know where you're coming from. Da minayin ata ba? Know where you're coming from a stinky drop. And know where you're going to the place of worms and insects, meaning to the grave. And between those 2 points, that in the spans of your life long here, you're nothing. Remember this. From nothing to nothing, and yet we think that we are something in between. Yes. This this beautiful sentence from Pirkei Avot is a beautiful triangle that helps to focus that we are nothing. And then we don't go to the world with a sense of push-up messages. Like, I want to have this car, I want to have this child, I want to have this woman, and so on. Push-up messages. Yes? Like comes idea, and we immediately need to claim this idea, push-up messages. Yes? When we stop grasping and open our hands, we are free to receive whatever comes. That's correct. That's correct. Yes. People are so anxious to hold their belongings or what they have or the property and never open it, that they are not available to receive or to be when things are coming, and even to notice them, because they're occupied. Their mind is occupied like a machine with ideas, reciting the same ideas. I must, I should, have, could. Sorry about things that happened 2 decades ago. Worry about things that will happen the coming week. Holding thoughts in the mind while the whole body is in full tension. All the muscles, the hands are closed, not releasing everything, and life is passing by, and Every moment comes with new air, with new ideas, with new possibilities, and they are not there. Yes? Their ideas is putting them under captivity, or their ideas are jailing them in. Yes. Questions? Just about one sentence about Pirkei Avot, the chapters of the Father. Try to remember this saying. It will help you in case of anxiety. When people have this anxiety, what will happen? What can happen? What kind of a scenario? Or so, if you remember this, it helps a lot and puts you in a calm position. How can we relate with this? Acting gratuitously, just doing things gratuitously, just without expecting any fee, without expecting any fame, without expecting any result. Meaning, this is a very good question. We do things, we act in life at the moment as it comes to us, the appropriate action, but we don't expect any consequence. Yes, we don't expect any consequence, gratitude, thank you, of course, not fame. There's coming to me now an example. Once we lived in Berlin, one of Andre's friends moved an apartment. So in Berlin, this is like the arrangement in Germany, as I understood, the person can hire a car, a vehicle for a few hours, and then he puts his furniture there. And then he can move from one apartment to another, and few of Andre's friends came at the same day. We came to the new place of which the truck's supposed to be coming. And when the truck came, all of us friends helped it was a building with few floors without elevator. And we help, all the guys, they help to bring the furniture up to the space, to the new apartment. And we just lifted the furniture or what was in the car, in this vehicle, and everything was there. We just say goodbye and disappeared in the staircase, and we continue. Meaning we did not sit there to drink coffee, to have a chat, to mingle, to dingle. You just do the right thing, and you and just disappear in the staircase. Yes, it was a cold day. We could stay for a coffee, for a tea. Yeah, just disappear into nothingness. Whether they notice that we left or it doesn't matter. You just do the right thing and you disappear because you don't wait that somebody will hand you a thank you or something. And this is, in a way, we're coming to where we stopped our last conversation regarding angels. An angel, as we read in the books, he can act only for what he was programmed. An angel was programmed to do only one thing, the sages are saying. One thing, a good thing. And this is it. And one action. One action, which is good. And in a way, this is the right way to do the right action and to move from the result. Meaning an angel or a messenger, the result is not dependent on their action. We just have to do from A to B. This is our part and disappear. Not to try to control the results. This is politics, this is control, this is parenting. We are not in this moment here. Yes, Pixidis? Our ideas keeping us captive. Esav goes hunting the pop-up ideas, taking us further away from the one, deeper into multiplicity. This is what Esav does. Yes, he's going, yes, hunting ideas horizontally. Very good. This is what Esav mindset does. He does a lot of mechanical activity, the hunter activity, but horizontally. Yes, this is multiplicity. Yes, very good. For him, the hunt is amusement. He doesn't even need the hunt. So, the right way to act in life like a commando unit, to do the right thing and to disappear into nothingness. And then you don't have any expectation that someone will reward you, nor with thank you, nor with certain goods, to eat a supper, to drink coffee with, just to act like a commando unit or like the angel. This is it. But since people grew here with conditions, with you good boy, mommy's child, licking your butt from all kinds of, let's say, people are waiting that people will say about them good words. Otherwise, people are not programmed to do. And this is what separates the people that go horizontal to those who go vertical. Those who go vertical to value, they will never wait for a good word or to a gratitude. Those who are looking for somebody to pay attention for them or say a good word for them, they're going horizontal. Commando angels? Yes, got it. Yes, commando angels. Yes. You can print a t-shirt. Yes, commando angels. Yes. So, again, those who are programmed, and I repeat programmed because it's not a matter of choice. This is not a matter of choice. There is no free will in here. Those who are programmed for the spirit, yes, they will not look for any comment or relation or a good word about what they do. They will act gratuitously. This is it. And some people, if you don't bring them a crowd of 1,000 people telling them how great they are, they will not move a finger. And this is how they're programmed. So sometimes, but my Instagram, yes. So sometimes it happens in life that those vertical with horizontal people are meeting. Yes, they're meeting, but they're completely different species. They have arms and legs and head. They look like similarly, but they are completely different species. I repeat, those are fires and those are water. It will not work. It just will not work. Questions so far? This is why Rebecca sends Jacob, yes, while Esav is getting married. Esav is getting married in the age of 40. This is also time, yes. But Rebecca sends Jacob vertically to learn. Yes, she sends Jacob to learn vertically, to be far away from his brother. Do we understand this concept? Do we understand the difference between Esav and Jacob? Esav is developing horizontally and Jacob vertically. Is this clear? A cat? Yes. Okay. Also Jacob's dream. Yes. Yes, with a ladder. Yes, that one side of the ladder is in the heaven. Again, we can see this vertical. Another aspect of the angel that I would like still from our previous conversation, we said that an angel can act only one single action, not in multiplicity, not many actions. Again, we always read that after Abraham made a circumcise himself, 3 angels came to visit him. Each one was appointed to a certain mission. Raphael to heal him from the pain, Michael to give him the news about the birth of Isaac in the next coming year, and Gabriel to tell Abraham that God is going to opposite Sodom. So we see again, each angel is appointed to do one action. So angels are like functions of God, not separate. Of course, angels are, yes, functions of God, not separate entities. Of course not. Of course not. Because we are inspired or we are moved by all kinds of, how do you say, arts, piece of arts and painting angels with wings or so. No, the functions of God. This is a very good definition. Functions of God. Yes. But not separate entities. They cannot choose. Neither do we can choose, but they say that angel cannot choose. Meaning he is appointed to do one thing. This is functions of God. Like you send, yes? You put an arrow, this is it. Precision. Like forces of nature, excellent. Very good. Suddenly there's a very good, like forces of nature, excellent. Yes. Yes. You see, sometimes there's a thunderstorm and comes like thunder, comes a flash of light, and one tree comes on fire. So, who told this flash to find this specific tree, and burn it? Yes, this is a direct action. Yes. This is why, by the way, the value of angel in Hebrew is 91. Yes. Like the days in one season, or like the value of Amen. Yes. Everything is there. Because an angel is an agent in time. Angel does not exist outside of time. And it concludes the 10, 9, and 1. Yes. Functions of manifestation. Excellent. This is functions of manifestation. Yes. Yes, excellent. I have a question, says Fernando. In the book of Zohar, it speaks that it is not good to call for an angel because you could invoke the left side of God, judgment. What does it mean in this perspective? Who's calling angel? You mean when people want to interfere? This is to maneuver. Yes? When people think that they control and they can maneuver and they can send a spell to someone or so. Yes? There's a black magic. Yes? We have to understand, Fernando, when we read, yes, I put a spell on you because you're mine. This is the rest of the verse from the song. Yes? Why people can put spell because they think they have control of someone. Yes? Yes. So when we read the Zohar, it is good to notice, yes, because the book was written, let's say, in the 12th century, 13th century, 14th century, during the centuries, and was written by different writers in different places in Europe. And we have to see when the text, what the text is speaking about, and sometimes the text, if we look deeply, tries to put aside or to fight common beliefs in their times, like in our times, which is a black magic thinking. So here, probably it's like in a court procedure. This is the recommendation. What people tend to, and this is a very good question, Fernando, because certain religious cycles call the book of Zohar the Holy Zohar, Zohar Kadosh in Hebrew. And they give a certain amount of holiness and power to the book, like the book can create something from nothing or opposite, it doesn't matter. And there's a kind of distortion because all the people who claim that it is holy, they instrumentalize the book and create distortions, premises in people's minds and hearts. Yes? So we read the book, but we also, with the right side, but also with criticism, what is happening here? Meaning, we don't drink it like water. What is happening in this phrase that you found? What is this idea? What is trying to project? Like in the story, yes, sources, yes, the shock, the spirits that yes, 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 they can backfire, yes. So it is good, yes, it is good to notice when we read even briefly the book of Zohar or any other book, not to drink it, not to let the sentences burn your head with letters and like run over sentences because it's like light, a speed of light. The thought is a speed of light. It's just running and burns the lines like this. Not to let those sentences come to our head without questioning them. Yes? Be careful. When we were children, people were saying the one who will read the book of Zohar will get mad. When you grow up, you understand that if you don't read the book of Zohar, which is a book about logic, basically, this is pure logic, so, but you have to question every sentence. And plus you read it in the translation to English, so who knows what happens on the way. But now you have, I believe, a better frame of thinking. Not just drink things as they come without questioning them. So can we say that the free will is about selecting the many wills that will? There isn't any free will. Who is selecting? Yes. Who is selecting? Who is selecting? If we are listening to what is coming, so sometimes the listening brings us to action. Sometimes listening brings us to sit in peace, yes? Who? Bina. Who is selecting? Yes? Who is selecting? Any questions so far? About angels, seasons, do we understand the concept of angels? That those are not separate entities, but they're just forces of nature that appear in time and space that are uh, pre-detected to aim for one mission or one goal. Do we understand that? We would not say, people would not think that a great storm, yes, the great storm that tried to opposite Jonah's ship was an angel, but the great storm was bringing a message to the captain, to the other sailors, to Jonah. The great storm that God brought in this day was a great message or messenger to all of them. This is a force of nature. A storm is a force of nature. Perhaps the judgment we bring on ourselves is only our own self-judgment. Yes, there isn't any other. There isn't any judgment or judge that sits in heavens or on planet Mars. Yes, there isn't any judge. There isn't. There isn't anything. Just nothing. It's like to say that you remind me of being guilty and punishment. Let's say if we see a tree in the autumn, and the trees usually in the autumn is shading his leaves, the dry leaves, they are falling. There is no need to carry, the tree does not need to carry them, he just shades them away. It's heavy or it's not. He needs to grow up, and this is grow down. So when these leaves are falling from the tree to the ground from the force of gravity, would we say that this leaf is guilty? This is why he is falling from the tree? Or would we say that this leaf has sin? This is why he's worth a punishment has to come on him, and therefore he is falling from the tree? No, this is basically gravity. Bad leaf, you have failed, therefore you shall fall to the ground and dissolve. It's good to check our thoughts and beliefs, because if we can think those thoughts about ourselves and we come with this same frame of thinking to nature, could we say to a leaf, you are sin, you're a sinner leaf, therefore you shall be thrown into the ground? This is what gravity does. It's a load on the tree, it's dry. When it will fall to the ground, it will be, how do you say, a buffet for ants and all kinds of creatures on the ground. Yes, this is one part of the process called life. Yes? Yes. The leaf Try harder the next time. Hey, leaf, try harder the next time to be green when it's autumn. Try harder. Yes, this is a good. So if we cannot say those sentences to the leaf and to the tree, on to the bee or to the butterfly, why do we apply those sentences on ourselves? Yes? Try to check. Let's do this exercise. When those sentences are coming at us, if you just take those sentences and try to put them in, apply them to a bee, to a whale, yes, to a dolphin, and see how does it work. If it works, and if it's rubbish, just put it in the garbage can. Well, but you see, I have control over my life. I am in charge of what I do. Yes. Yes. There are no sinners and there isn't any punishment. Yes. And we just getting air from somewhere and we are breathing. And this is what there is. No one to accuse, nobody to hunt. People from Nineveh changed their mindset after Jonah. Yes, they did. They did. Because people of Nineveh were living in space and time. Yes. Usually, when people live in space and time in the world of duality, they don't have the notion of the one. This is the story. Did Jonah actually cause the change, or was the change predetermined? Yes. Yes. Nineveh, this is interesting because the name Nineveh already holds the letters of the name Jonah. This is a programmed destiny of Jonah because the name Nineveh in Hebrew, yes, Nineveh holds the letters of Jonah with the Nun, the other Nun of mercy. Yes, so this is the program. Yes, Jonah plus Nun of mercy of Bina is the letters of the city of Nineveh. So this is a plan. By the way, Jonah was programmed to go to Nineveh. Jonah even was saved as a little child. This is a very good example for destination because Elijah saved Jonah. Jonah died. He was the son of the Seraphite woman and he died. And Elijah brought him back again to life that he could continue and arrive to Nineveh. This is why Elijah was asked by God to go to Sarfan. Yes, to bring the son of the Seraphite alive, that later he could come to Nineveh. This is a beautiful story about a destination. Despite trying to go against the will of God, he fulfilled it, like Oedipus. Excellent. We shall try to speak about Oedipus next time. I thought about him today. And with this beautiful thought that this was Jonah's destination from the beginning to arrive to Nineveh, I would like to seal this beautiful conversation with you and wish you a very good week and beautiful life. Toda and shalom.